To our televiewers in our YouTube account, DPWH Lanao Del Norte, Station DEO. This morning, we will be conducting the briefing of the following project with contract ID 56 KF 0034 Rebid. 56 KF 0057 and 56 KF 0058. This private conference is conducted pursuant to R8 009 under section 22.3, which requires the procuring entity to conduct the private conference mainly to discuss, clarify, and explain about the number one, eligibility requirements, technical components, and financial components. Among others, it includes all the discussion of activities in awarding of contracts once project is paid. Accordingly, this is the right time for the discussion of the prospective bidders before the opening of bid. But before we formally start this private conference, we will have first our silent prayer, after which is the roll call of attendees by procurement head.
Morning, everyone, for the private conference from the bank member. There among them ang mga kamibig, but I
Okay.
Ma'am, kami may isang bigyan program staff. There is a recorded by ito, way back to the village. There is ano na bilin ko na, but produce na po. Ma'am, nagsihan si mga banda, but professional member. So, Sir Abdul Madin, meron man, but PWH.
Present.
Ma'am Elizabeth Ibanese, Boss Secretariat.
Present.
Ma'am Naima Kustori, Boss Secretariat. Ma'am Dora Ibani, Boss. Ma'am Farhana Ibayas, Boss PWH.
Present.
Ma'am Ananay Ahmed, Boss Secretariat. Present. Sir Abdullah Isdalalodin, Boss PWH.
Present.
That's all for them.
This is about members is in quorum. We will start to discuss the following. Contract data, technical and financial proposal, eligibility requirements, and awarding of contracts by the DWG and the Secretariat.
Good morning. The DPWH Lanao Del Norte Sultan distribution through which meets and committee now invites a which for the works. For the first project, network development program, of Unpaved roads, Roads-Tertiary roads, Lanao Del Norte, Ontario, Circum, or the LDNICR, as series 69 Chainage 2526 to Chainage 5916. The contract ID number 26 TF 0044 Rebid. Location at Lanao, Munai, Lanao Del Norte. The scope of which are the following: facilities for insurance, other general requirements, earthworks, sub-base and discourse, surface process, bridge construction, drainage and sea protection structure, and miscellaneous structures, with the approved budget for the contract, 120,107,256 in 20,000. The cost of bidding document of 50,000 pesos, with the contract provision 305 calendar days for the license category A and B, for license classification medium A and B. For the second project, local program, national building program, building and other facilities, construction of DPWH Lanao Del Norte District Office, building based 3. The contact ID number 26EF0057. The location of the project, Barangay Magpatao, Lala, Lanao Del Norte. The scope of works, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, earthworks, reinforced concrete, finishing and other civil works, bank and look protection. The approved budget for the contract is 48,308,550 and 56 cents. With the cost of bidding document is 25,000 pesos. With the contract duration, 225 calendar days for the license category A and B. For the license classification, medium A and B. For the last project, basic infrastructure program, multi-purpose building, phase to support services and construction of multi-purpose building, phase 2, with the contract ID number 26EF0058. The location of the project at Barangay, Poblacion, Sultan, Naga, Dimaporo, Lanao Del Norte. Scope of works are the following: facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, earthworks, reinforced concrete, finishing and other civil works, and electrical. The approved budget for the contract is 9,887,247 and 56 centavos. And the cost of bidding document is 10,000 pesos. With the contract duration of 166 calendar days for the license category B and for license classification small b. That's all for the contract info, Mr. Chair.
Morning, any modification to the bidding document shall be identified as an amendment. Request for clarification on the bidding documents or for any interpretation must be in writing and submitted to the back of the procuring entity concerned at least 10 calendar days before the deadline set for the submission and receipt of bids. The bank shall respond to the said request by issuing a bid bulletin or supplemental duly signed by the bank chairperson to be made available to all those who have properly secured the bid docs at least 7 calendar days before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bid. And it shall be posted in field gifs, conspicuous place in the premises of the procuring entity, on the department website, and our social media platform. Please be reminded, all prospective bidders are encouraged to inspect the site and take photos of it before the procurement process. For 26 EF0034 rebid, these are the minimum work experience required, minimum equipment requirements, and as for the readiness of the construction is the approved detailed engineering design plan. From the Munai Municipal Hall, it would take 20 minutes ride from the site, which is approximately 12.8 kilometers from the beginning of the project. Shown is the bill of quantity, the PCCP details, the RCPC details, and RCPC single barrel details, and also the traffic signs and hazard markers, and typical traffic signage layout. Now for 26 TF0057, these are the minimum personal requirements as shown. The minimum equipment requirements, the approved DED, and for the vicinity map from Lala Municipal Hall, it will take 4 minutes right from the site, which is approximately 2.1 kilometers. Shown is the bill of quantities, the perspective view of the project, front elevation and the longitudinal section through BP, left and right side elevation, rear elevation and transverse section through AA. For 26 TF0058, these are the minimum work experience required, the minimum equipment requirement, and the approved DED. For the vicinity map, the project is located within the premises of the municipal hall compound of SLD Lanao Del Norte. These are the bill of quantities. The grandstand floor plan. As per DEO 82 series of 2025, which supersedes the Department Order number 11 series of 2022 and the Department Order number 21 series of 2017 and shall take effect immediately. For building project shall be installed at the front of the project site. For road, bridge, and flood control projects, the billboard shall be strategically installed in a conspicuous location at both ends of the project. For road project exceeding 10 kilometers, additional billboards shall be installed at every 5-kilometer interval if the project length extend beyond the last multiple of 5 kilometers by up to 2 kilometers. A single billboard installed at the project endpoint shall suffice for both the final interval and the endpoint. We require all contractors doing business in our department to be registered with the DPWH CWR system as per DEO 51 series of 2010. Always monitor and update your documents. Expired CPA files will affect your eligibility results. So make it a habit to attach your Class A and Class B documents for your advantage. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission. You may be allowed to submit its eligibility requirements electronically with certification under oath as to the correctness of the statements made and completeness and authentic of the documents submitted. Shown is the link for the online submission. For the submission and receipt of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through the respective duly authorized representatives using the forms specified in the bid docs in two separate sealed bid envelopes and which shall be submitted simultaneously. The first shall contain technical components of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under Section 52 of the IRR, and the second shall contain the financial components of the bid. The first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents: field trips, pickup license and registration, statement of SLCC and FCC computation, GBE and pickup license, bid security in prescribed form, amount and validity period. For project requirement, we have the organizational chart, list of contractors' personnel, list of contractors' major equipment, which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreement supported by a proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Also, we have the omnibus warrant statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of this IRR, which is now 1 to 11. Sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. And then additional requirements for corporations, the latest general information sheets reflecting the beneficial ownership or the BOI duly received by SEC. And lastly, for project costing more than 30 million, ISO 9001:2015 certification is required. For the second bid envelope, it shall contain the financial document as specified in the Philippine bidding documents. We have the financial bid form, the duly signed bid price in the POQ, duly signed detailed estimates, including the summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. And last one is the cash flow by quarter and payment schedule. These are the standard forms. Standard form for bid form, cash flow by quarter, standard form for bid securing declaration, bid security, bid and bid security validity period is 120 calendar days from the opening of bids. Should it become necessary to extend the validity of the bids and its securities, the procuring entity shall request in writing of those who submitted bids for such extension before the expiration date thereof. Standard form for organizational chart, list of personnel, list of equipments, omnibus sworn statement, item 1 to 11, sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. This procurement process shall be using LCRB. For bid evaluation, the box shall check the submitted documents of each bidder against a checklist of required documents to ascertain if they are all present using non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as stated in the instruction to bidders. The ABC shall be the upper limit or ceiling for acceptable bid prices. If a bid price as evaluated and calculated in accordance with this IRR is higher than the ABC, then the bidder submitting the same shall be automatically disqualified. Also, the box shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using the non-discretionary criterion, considering the following: the completeness of the bid and the arithmetical collection. For post-qualification, within 5 calendar days from the receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bank that the bidder has the LCB, the bidder shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its field certificate of registration, which is platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of the submission receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law as stated in the bidding documents like tax clearance, mayor's permit, DTI, or second. Further, prospective bidders should not be included in the blacklisted contractor of the GPPB. Moreover, for technical requirements, key personnel must be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment as per DEO series of 2012. The performance in ongoing government and private contract as per DEO 127 series of 2018. For financial requirement, bidders and FCC shall be verified to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirement on time or a finding against the veracity thereof shall disqualify the bidder for the award. As per the online series of 2012, we would like to emphasize the second and third section of this DO. For the certification under item 6 or item 7 shall be included in the first envelope of the sealed bid. For equipment, the bidders should specify the submitted bid location, the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post disqualified. As per DO 169 series of 2025, this order shall supersedes the department order numbers 148 and 227 both series of 2024 and other issuances inconsistent with the full implementation of this order, where only accredited project engineers of the contractors and consultants may be assigned to supervise all the DPWH project, and this shall be imposed effective January 1, 2026. These are the published department orders on accreditation of DPWH and consultants fees, provisional fees, and testimonial fees. Please do check if nasa listahan yung mga fees nyo in order to avoid violation on 3-strike policy. Shown are the minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors. And this one is for small contractors. It's for DO 11 series of 2017. DO 127 series of 2018, which is the strict application of RA 91 in the conduct of post-qualification of bidder with delayed ongoing contracts with DPWH. During post-qualification, the bank shall determine the bidders compliant through declared SLCC, competence and experience of the bidders, key personnel, availability and commitment and or inspection and testing for required capacities and operating condition of major equipment units, performance of the bidder in its ongoing government and private contract, if any of this ongoing contract shows single contract with a negative slippage of at least 15%, 2 or more contract with a negative slippage of 10%, failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contract within 7 days and to complete them within 30 days after the receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies, failure of the contractor to commence repair works in contracts with pending certificate of acceptance within 30 days and to complete the works within 90 days after the receipt of the preparing entity's notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of work, unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligation as per contractors and condition at the time of inspection, or illiquidity damages currently imposed on the contractors. And also, the result of the CP is contractor's performance evaluation system. If the BAC verifies any of these deficiencies to be due to the contractor's fault or negligence, the agency shall disqualify the contractor from the award for the procurement of infrastructure projects. As per DEO 28/2024, which is the three strikes policy, grounds A and B falls during the receipt of bids, while ground C falls during the eligibility screening and bid evaluation and cost qualification. Moreover, as per DO 1150 of 2021, this is about your CFAs or the certificate of final acceptance. So please kindly settle this before the bid.
Morning, everyone. For awarding the contract, after determining the lowest calculated responsive bidder, the head of the determined entity shall issue a notice of award and within the 12 days from the receipt of NOAA, the following documents shall be submitted by the CRM. First, bidders conforming of notice of award for joint venture, contractors take up special GP license and civil agreement, performance security with notarized confirmation, contractor always insurance with notarized confirmation, duly signed residence diagram letter, duly signed equipment utilization schedule, duly signed manpower equipment schedule, duly signed construction record, duly signed anti-tip management plan, detailed tax clearance with attached audited financial statement received by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, notarized certification under oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liabilities, duly signed construction safety and tax program received by the DOLE. The performance security shall be in the amount not less than the required percentage of total contract price in accordance with the following schedule. Cash or cashiers manager check issued by a universal bank 10%, contract or guarantee or a revocable letter of credit is 10% of contract price. Surety bond callable upon demand is 30% of contract price. The performance securities are remain valid until issuance of the PE of the certificate of final acceptance. That's all for the awarding of the contract.
In all contract data, eligibility requirement, technical and financial components, including award, are always done. This private conference is now open for questions and clarification from participating bidders. If there is no question and clarification by the participating bidders, may I request back member Nojan Makabando for the adjournment of this private conference.
Second.
Thank you, everyone. This private conference has been moved for adjournment and duly seconded. This private conference is adjourned.
Ang mag-uusok ko.